So what I'm hearing around the scenes right now is that Dana White could be lining himself up to host this Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight. It's a lot of other things I'm hearing right now, but a lot of boxers are definitely open to working with Dana White. From what I've seen, and this situation with Dana White actually kind of reveals a lot, especially when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Canelo, because from what I've seen, Canelo and Terrence Crawford are guys who basically work with every promoter in boxing, almost every platform, if not every platform. Even Terrence Crawford has worked with BLK Prime. So those guys have always been open to different avenues when it comes to boxing. But Dana White, I'm hearing a couple of things around his name as far as fixing boxing. I'm hearing that right now. I'm hearing a lot of other things as far as the league and the platform, and I don't think it's going to be just one specific platform he's going to be on, as far as I've known or I've heard about. And also, like I've said, I've heard people say that this could be this Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight could be the one of the premier marquee fights that could be first aired with the TKO boxing league situation. And I'll give further details on that in the future, but this is not a guarantee. It's just a possibility. Everything is being looked at right now in different situations. But something that a lot of people just not discussing. I'm hearing a lot of people say about Dana White, oh, he's not good for boxing. He doesn't pay these guys. Like someone said recently, I don't know why fans are worrying about how much boxers are getting paid. That's weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. At the end of the day, as a fan, you're supposed to pay and enjoy the show. It's just like going to a movie. You pay for your ticket, you sit down, you watch it, and you leave. You know what I'm saying? You don't figure out how much the actors in the movie are making and how much the director is making. This is kind of what made boxing weird, and this is why Dana White has to step in. Everything is about everything but the fight. So he's making this clear cut and dry that all that stuff in between that was talked about. And the thing about it is, I'm starting to realize that fans want to talk about the business side a lot more than they have to. And they do it because, it involves trolling. So when you actually have clear cut details of everything that's going to happen, like Dana White does, there's not the same kind of environment in boxing that's toxic. It's not like that in UFC because they get the fights that they're gonna have, and they hype the fights up. They don't talk. They don't say, "Well, oh, this guy's not qualified." It's just a different environment. Well, the things that all the boxers and people are talking about, that's been happening already. Boxing has already been corrupt. Guys have already been using PEDs. We have guys that's been complaining about people using PEDs. The promoters in boxing don't care about PEDs. As far as I look, UFC, I don't know. But Dana White's comments about Ryan Garcia, I mean, he has the same kind of comments that Oscar De La Hoya and everybody else has. So I haven't seen anything different from what he's been doing. So to be honest with you, I'm just here for the fights. Everything else outside of that, I care less about. To be honest with you, I really can. It'll be talked about, but I can care less because more things is happening now than it was yesterday. As long as more things are happening in the future, I mean, it's these guys' responsibility to make sure they get paid the right amount of money and things and market value and all that stuff. They have accountants and financial advisors and everything else for that stuff. They pay guys millions probably to take care of all their business. So that's not our responsibility. Dana White is if he gets his hands on this Canelo and Crawford fight, host the fight, and is responsible for putting certain matchups together and boxers on the same card, it's going to be a home run. I mean, it's going to be dangerous for boxing fans too because if the man comes in and he gets the responsibility of this Crawford Canelo undercard or things like that, because I'm already hearing other undisputed fighters talking about they want to work with him. So everybody that's a boxer that's currently boxing, they don't see too much of a problem with him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the guys who are currently boxing, 'cause it's former boxers who have a problem with Dana White, but the guys who are currently boxing, they see that there's no difference between a Dana White and the rest of these promoters. It's all about money at the end of the day. And once that's kind of moved out the way where Turkey on the Sheet can kind of, make that a easier way to put things together, then it's gonna be successful. But this is what I'm hearing right now. As far as he could host this Crawford and Canelo situation.